So we know what's happening in the world and we know the situation that's happening. But in my latest article, also, as I said, wealth can neither be created nor be destroyed. It just transfers from one person to another. And I think this is the moment when the global economy is going down and when the markets are crashing and things are not going right. I think it's a great opportunity for a lot of startups out there. Don't take me wrong when I use the word opportunity, right? I know it's not a good time globally, but someone definitely is going to utilize or capitalize on this opportunity which is out there. In my conversations with a lot of people, I have already kind of spoken about this, and I want to therefore put it on record that there are three things which we will see getting drastically shifted now after this corona thing kind of recovers, or the three major learnings or sectors which I believe startups or businesses will talk about or will start changing their methods in the coming time. So let's start with number one. Most importantly, what we have seen is a huge hike in a lot of businesses like digital, right? So despite the fact all your businesses like hospitality, aviation, hotel industry, events, conferences, and likes of those are in a really bad shape right now. All your businesses like online education companies, edtech startups, companies providing work from home tools, Zoom, Skype, Flock, whereby we have written an article on it, or and we're also publishing an ebook. Companies like Topper, again, broadly all your edtech companies, e-commerce companies, food delivery companies, logistics companies who are doing the last mile delivery, all your companies which are into home entertainment systems, which are into online streaming services, YouTube for that matter, Netflix, Hotstar. They have, and most importantly, online gaming, right? PUBG, right? All of them have seen a huge gain in their overall market cap, plus also in the consumer base, of course, because now everybody's at home and there's no other way to let out what you want to do, right? You can't step out of the home. The gyms are closed, the pubs are closed, the bars are closed, the hotels are closed, there's no travel. So you have to be at home, and you have to, if not upskill yourself, entertain yourself in some shape and form. So all these companies who are in some shape and form in digital space have seen a hike. So I think it's number one, it's a golden opportunity for all those companies who are into this space to capitalize their time right now. If you're even thinking of building a startup around it, I think it's a great time. You can validate your idea, or you can at least have that first level of customer whom you can reach out to, and tap the early customer. So I think number one sector which is going to shift, which is going to see a huge shift, is digital. Number two sector which is going to get a lot of learnings from this outbreak is the conventional sector. So all the conventional businesses like education business, which was very very physical driven, right? Brick and mortar business, hotels, everything under hospitality, which is hotel, conferences, events, restaurants, which are primarily selling hospitality, aviation, gym, spa, pubs, clubs, where the membership is kind of there, will have to also now think about finding some sort of an alternate solution to the kind of business they're doing, because this is not the way they will be only able to survive. So the entrepreneurs, the business owners who are running this kind of business will now have to, although again, as I said, the time is not good right now, but they will have to definitely start looking for some sort of alternate solution, or some sort of a parallel income stream, or some sort of a parallel idea on which they have to start working, and they have to find a solution so that they are able to fight another global epidemic like this if it ever happens. Third and most importantly, the sector which is going to pick up a lot of boom is going to be production, which is primarily the local production. So most of the countries, like we know, were dependent on China for their broader production, and of course the import export around the things was happening. One thing which has kind of happened during this entire global pandemic is that the global borders have been sealed. The international travel can't happen. In fact, the local travel can't happen. So local sustainability and local production will definitely get a boom. So companies and startups and businesses who are working in some shape and form around building things locally, around doing things locally, primarily local production, local logistics, warehousing, supply chain, all these kind of companies are definitely going to get a lot of boom, are definitely going to kind of uh, there'll be more such companies in the coming future, because as I said, the production is going to go local now. So despite the fact most of the companies would keep China as a Southeast Asian country as a cheap backup for making their product, but they will definitely would keep some sort of a partial inventory and will do local production when now this thing gets over. So I think a lot of learnings we will be able to derive out of this entire situation which has happened, and people will definitely make up plans to kind of fight if something like this ever happens again. I think it's a great time to learn a lot of things about how the conventional economy was functioning, and something like this we haven't seen ever in the world ever, right? So this thing is, I'm very sure, is going to give you and teach you a lot of lessons, both as people, how we live our life, but most importantly for business owners, for startups, for entrepreneurs. I think it's a great learning time, and if we really take it in a positive way and imply those learnings on how we work and how we run businesses, I think it's going to give us a lot of teachings. Most important, last point, work from home, which somehow everybody had to adapt. So for example, just to kind of add this as a bonus point, I run a company called Co-Design Labs, where we are a full-time 100% remote work from home company, right? Which people were not able to adapt or accept initially, because we never even met our clients. Like 95% of clients we never even met, 100% of freelancers we never even ever met. In fact, all our employees work out of the local city, and we haven't met any of those, right? Now I think a lot of work from home acceptability will come into people, and people will realize that bringing employees to office is a cost, both from their travel point of view and their stay point of view. So people typically, if you look at the ratio, spend 30 to 40 to 50% of their income just on travel and stay when they are going to a routine office or a regular workplace, right? And then of course the company has to kind of incur a cost when they kind of make an employee sit. You have to give them a seat, you have to give them a table, you need to have a proper infra, the AC is there, the other kind of facilities are there. So work from home definitely will become a new normal, and I'm very sure we in the next coming 1 year will see a global shift in how businesses, startups, and in general things run out there. So I think it's a great lesson for all of us, and I hope that all of us will learn a lot of things and will incorporate in our lives. If you guys have any suggestions, any comments, any thoughts, post them in the comment section below. And most importantly, yes, which I was mentioning earlier, do not forget to download our ebook on remote working. It's called Work From Home, and it's out live there. So go to codesignlabs.com, www.codesignlabs.com. I'm going to give the link in the description as well, and go and put your email ID and download the book. So I'm very sure this book is going to help a lot of you guys who are now thinking of going on to remote working, and read this book for learning the best practices and the tools and techniques that we use to run our organization. I have also made a few videos on this particular subject. Go to my Insta profile, which is @Dilnawaz Khan, and check out those videos. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it will be useful for all of you and will be insightful in some way, and will give you some perspective about how the global economic shift and how the global operational shift will happen now. So yeah, good luck. Thank you so much. I'm Dilnawaz signing off. Thank you so much.